Pakistan has confirmed that it has carried out airstrikes in Indian-controlled Kashmir and shot down 2 Indian jets in its own airspace. It captured one of the pilots as the conflict with its nuclear-armed neighbor continued to escalate. Today, Pakistan Air Force undertook strikes across line of control from within Pakistani airspace, the Foreign Ministry said in a statement. The Pakistan military said Indian jets had entered Pakistan in response and 2 had been shot down, with 1 pilot captured. Earlier, the 2 nations exchanged fire along their contested border in Kashmir, a day after Indian warplanes struck inside Pakistan for the first time since the war in 1971. Leading powers have urged the nuclear-armed rivals to show restraint. Tensions have been elevated since a suicide car bombing by Pakistan-based militants in Indian-controlled Kashmir killed at least 40 Indian paramilitary police on February 14. But the risk of conflict rose dramatically on Tuesday when India launched an airstrike on what it said was a militant training base. The attack targeted the Jaish-e-Mohammed militant, the group that claimed credit for the suicide attack. But while India said a large number of GEM fighters had been killed, Pakistani officials said the Indian airstrike was a failure and inflicted no casualties. On Tuesday, Pakistan began shelling using heavy-caliber weapons in 12 to 15 places along the de facto border in Kashmir, known as the Line of Control, LOC, a spokesman for the Indian Defence Forces said on Wednesday. The Indian Army retaliated for effect and our focused fire resulted in severe destruction to 5 posts and number of casualties, the spokesman said. 5 Indian soldiers suffered minor wounds in the shelling that ended on Wednesday morning, he added. So far there are no civilian casualties but there is panic among people, said Rahul Yadav, the deputy commissioner of the Poonch district where some of the shelling took place. We have an evacuation plan in place, and if need arises we will evacuate people to safer areas, he said. Local officials on the Pakistani side said at least 4 people had been killed and 7 wounded, though it was unclear if the casualties were civilian or military. India has also continued its crackdown on suspected militants operating in Kashmir, a mountainous region that both countries claim in full but rule in part. On Wednesday, security forces killed 2 Jaish militants in a gun battle, Indian police said. Pakistan has promised to retaliate to Tuesday's airstrikes, and security across India has been tightened. The 2 countries have fought 3 wars since independence from British colonial rule in 1947 and went to the brink of 4th in 2002 after a Pakistani militant attack on India's parliament.